Hi, welcome to Mermaid English. I chose that name because I like the statue. My name's Eric. This is an A1 lesson on prepositions. Let's go. Prepositions, aims, and objective. You're going to study a variety of prepositions of place, movement, and learn how to use them. You'll practice making sentences to talk about movement and describing what is happening. You will assess what you have learned and practice using new vocabulary. You will be able to use prepositions of movement better. It's a lot of information. Break it up into small chunks and go through it a couple of times if it that's a better study method for you. Here we go. What is a preposition? Prepositions link words to other words and other parts of a sentence. You can use prepositions to show position, location, and time. You can also use prepositions to show movement and direction. Next slide. What is a preposition? There are many prepositions in English. Most prepositions are single word prepositions, for example, on, in, at, under, behind, below. There are also many two word and multi word prepositions, for example, next to, inside of, on top of, etc. On, at, in, under, behind, below, inside, next to are prepositions of place. Where is it? This is the question you answer with prepositions of place and location. These prepositions indicate a place or location between people, places, and things. Prepositions are usually followed by a pronoun or a noun phrase. In, on, at, we go in a room, in a city. I pour Coke into a glass. I pour Coke in a container. We go in the sea. The kite is in the sky. We go in the swimming pool. I was in a picture. The information was in a book or in a film or in a story. We stood in a queue. I heard it in the news. On. The pen is on the table. The pen is on the floor. The pen is on the surface of the water. On your face, on your nose, on your body. Picture on a wall, on the page, on the screen. On the left, it is on the right. We get on a bus, we get on a train. I got on a boat. We get on a bike, we get on a motorcycle. It happened on the first. I went, it is on the second floor. The comb is on top of the table, on top of something. We were living on an island. At. At the top of the cliff, at the bottom of the cliff. We sat at the table. We waited at the bus stop. We stared at the traffic lights. We were at home. We were at work. We were at school. We were at a party. We were at my friend's house. We were at the doctor's. We were at the hairdresser's. We were at the dentist. To, up, down, from, into, onto, through, across, around, out of, over, off. Where is it going? This is the question you answer with prepositions of movement. These prepositions indicate the direction of movement of people and things. Many prepositions of movement join with the verbs take and get to make phrasal verbs. Okay, which of the verbs match the prepositions of movement? Make a sentence. Go, come, walk, run, drive, fly, climb, fall, take, get. We drove to school. We drove to work. We drove to New York. We drove to a town. Um, We came to America. We walked to Joe's house. We went to a concert. We went to a play. We went to an event. We climbed up the stairs. We got on, we went up an escalator. We got in a lift, or we walked in a lift. We climbed a hill. We climbed up a mountain. We drove up a road. We drove up 4th Street. We walked down the stairs. We got, we went down an escalator. We went down in a lift. We climbed down a hill. We climbed down a mountain. We drove, we drove down a road. We drove down 4th Street. Which of the verbs match the prepositions? Do you need an object to make a sentence? Go, come, walk, run, drive, fly, climb, fall, take, get. We come from school. We just came from work. We went to New York. We went to the country. I'm sorry. We came from school. We came from work. We came from New York. I come from America. We came from Joe's house. We came from here. He came from there. We come from the north. We come from the south. Into. We walked into the room. We walked into the building. We drove into New York. We came into the USA. We went into the swimming pool. We poured soda into the bottle. The kite, he threw the ball into the sky, or the plane went into the sky. We walked onto the floor. We walked onto the balcony. We drove onto the bridge. We climbed onto the roof. We got onto the top of something, or we climbed onto the top of something. Go, come, walk, run, drive, fly, climb, fall, take, get. We drove through New York. We climbed through the window. We walked through a park. We fell through a hole. We walked through a crowd of people. We walked across a bridge. We drove across the road. We walked across the road. We walked across New York. We went across the sea. We flew across space. We drove around the corner. We walked around New York. We walked around the museum. We went around the back of the house, so we walked around the back of the house. The belt goes around your waist. Go, come, walk, run, drive, fly, climb, fall, take, get. Um, it, it came out of a container. We came out of a building. We let the cat out of the bag. We got out of the taxi. We got out of the shower. We climbed over an obstacle. We ran over a hill. We climbed over a fence. We climbed over a gate. Mm, We climbed over a wall. We got off a bike. We got off a boat. We got off a train. We got off a bus. We got off a seat. The man is walking across the road. The surfer surfs through the wave. The whale is jumping through the sea. She is walking into the building. The man is walking across the road. He jumps into the air with his skateboard. They are driving around the roundabout or through. She hits the ball over the net. Jump, lift, ski, fall, weights, mountain, hurdle. He walked through the puddle, or he jumped over the puddle. He lifted the weights. He jumped out of the plane. He jumped over the hurdle. She walked through the forest. He skied across the mountain. The ball goes toward the box. The ball goes away from the box. The ball goes up the stairs. The ball goes down the stairs. The ball goes onto the box. The ball gets off the box. The ball goes into the box. The ball comes out of the box. The ball goes around the box. The ball goes in front of the box. The ball goes over the box. The ball goes between the boxes. The ball goes across the table. What is the opposite of up? Down. What is the opposite of into? Out of. Complete this sentence. I walk through a park when I go to work in the morning. It's a lot to remember, and remember that these arose from our general usage. So it's not always logical. So that's it. I was going to mention something else, but that's enough for now. We will continue with the A1 series for 5 lessons, and then I'll start doing higher lessons and go back to it. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Thanks, Eric from Mermaid English. Talk to you soon.